epidemic. I'm not the one from Wuhan. I'm doing this AMA for my friend. He doesn't have a Reddit account. He is on WeChat with me currently, and we will be answering questions for a couple of hours. Here are his words. I'm a native Wuhan, currently living and work in Beijing. I left the Wuhan a day before the quarantine was implemented. Ask me anything about the current situation in China. Here is my proof. This is my Chinese ID. I blur out most of the information for security reasons. The 40 to 22 number on the bottom of the ID is the proof that I'm from Wuhan. Chinese ID number starts with the place you are born. 40 to 22 is the number for Wuhan. Do you personally know anyone who has had the virus? I do not know anyone that is infected. This message is sponsored by the Chinese government. /s. 58.5 M people in Hubei province, where Wuhan exists. 5,800 reported infections. So, 0.01% of the population. How are people in Wuhan getting food and other such necessities? We can still go out to buy groceries, but since we are not allowed to drive, we can only get it from nearby grocery stores. Government aid a bunch of necessities to the city. They distribute the goods to the grocery stores, broadcast about the aid, so that people don't panic and buy out everything in the grocery store. We can still order deliveries, but it is very hard. First, there are barely any restaurants that are open. Second, it's very difficult to order from the restaurant that's open, because a lot of people are ordering from them. They are over capacity. Lastly, the delivery person can't deliver far, since they have to travel on foot. Is the groceries overpriced? No, I don't think anyone dare to jack up the price. One pharmacy got a big fine for selling overpriced mask. How do local Wuhan residents treat the ill? Meaning, for example, if you're at the grocery store and you see someone coughing or wheezing, is that person simply avoided? Do people call the authorities to report suspicious illness? Is the overall attitude one of nervous paranoia, or are people remaining hopeful and helpful to one another? So in Wuhan now, outside of every public service location, there are quarantine stations with officers stationed in it. Anyone go in and out will need to have temperature measured. If they found anyone that's suspicious of carrying the disease, they will ask you in detail of where you been etc. I think everyone is taking this quarantine very serious. I haven't heard anyone reported someone who has the disease, but I'm sure there are for real. If someone is sick, he/she is likely staying at home self-quarantine, or go to hospital, not walking on the street actively trying to spread it. How is your friend currently? We are all at home, chatting online, drinking, playing pokers, games etc. What is the first thing you will buy after the quarantine ends? I want to go out and eat a big meal. There is a chicken hot pot place that I like a lot. I miss it, and I want to go there as soon as the situation gets better. Reminded how we take bunch of small things for granted. Hope you eat there soon, dude. How's the quarantine looking? Is it a military quarantine type deal, or is it still local government level quarantine? What's the general atmosphere right now? I can only assume people are terrified. No military, still local government type deal. The quarantine is different from cities to cities. Wuhan is the most strict. No cars are allowed to be on the street except for official or aiding vehicles. Wuhan is now an empty city. There are basically no pedestrians on the street. Other cities aren't as bad. Government suggests you all stay at home to self-quarantine. I saw a streaming from a foreigner walking in the middle of the city. It looks like New York with 8 lanes for streets and modern. Does the quarantine make exceptions for foreigners? He didn't get stopped or anything. And the city looks like a ghost town with the exception of a few cars, but I think the guy did mentioned that they are driving illegally. You can walk on the street, you are not allowed to drive. Not allowed to drive means that people can't go very far. There are quarantine stations outside of all major public buildings to take temperatures. Have utilities been impacted? Water, gas, electricity, sewage? It takes a lot of folks to keep those running. All utilities are working as normal. Government officials, city workers, hospital staffs working overtime. Only civilians are quarantined. Something glaringly missing from every single discussion on Reddit about the crisis is how can the international community help? Everyone is ready to post memes and complain about Chinese people, but no one has stepped up to ask how we can help. Really shows how Chinese people have been dehumanized in the West when people only care to point and laugh as hundreds of thousands or more people are in mortal danger. I know there is a shortage of masks in Wuhan and the rest of China. Is there any way we can buy them in our home countries and send them over or donate to any organizations that are doing so? Are there any medical organizations that we can donate to? Wow. Hoji NDNG. I'm so touched. Thank you for your kindness. I don't know a good way to donate. I will find out. There are definitely shortages of masks in Wuhan. I saw a video of someone from Laos or Myanmar throwing mask over the fence to Chinese border patrol. It's people like you make this world beautiful. Edit. Please do not donate to Wuhan Red Cross. That Red Cross is corrupted. They were found to by the officials that they detained donated goods illegally, and they were found to ask the donors for management fees. The big hospitals didn't receive donation. Only some small hospitals received their donation, which is very fishy. How is the city functioning when the majority of people are staying home? Well, it's Chinese New Year right now. We were supposed to be on break. Everything were supposed to be closed anyway. The real challenge is when the extended holiday is over. Let's see if the city can go back to functioning normally after that. Cool story. Have you stayed stuck at home, or do you have to work? I'm staying at home currently. It is still Chinese New Year. We are currently on holiday break. The government recommends that we do not go outside. The Chinese New Year break has been extended by the officials to February 9th. How is the economy holding up? I know it's too short term for nation impact ideas, but locally, how are people holding up? Any word on stores closing or anything? It's Chinese New Year right now. Everything's supposed to be close anyway. We won't know the impact to the local economy until after the extended holiday is over. What's the general feeling of the situation in Wuhan? Are people nervous/scared? I don't know anyone around me that is scared or freak out, but I'm sure all are worried. I'm guessing the ones who are scared are the one who got the disease. Why are they not scared? Are we overreacting? Most people aren't scared, just worrisome. Like from 1 to 10, 10 being terrified. Most people are on like 3 to 5. Some people are on 9 to 10 for sure, but it's not like the entire everyone I know of is on 9 to 10. Do you think the media is reporting accurately? On social media, there are a lot of information that's spreading very fast, like how the hospital is critically in shortage of staff and supplies, and a lot of patients on the lying on the floors waiting to be rescued, and those kinds of news goes viral very quick. But then we also have to watch out for fake news. A lot of social medias like to go viral, so they get more clicks, and so they make more money. We believe the official medias more than the self-medias. Social medias. Is either media source really trustworthy? I believe the official media. Social media and self-media can be easily faked, and they have the interest of making fake news. They want to go viral. They want more clicks, so it make them more money. Did it really originated from the meat markets? What are those like? Do you think this will scare people into avoiding meat markets? Yeah, it originated from a game meat store in a seafood market. That store sells bat and other type of game meat. The researchers say that the virus is from the bats that are sold in that store. Why still sell and eat bats if they are known to carry diseases? I believe that's also how Ebola started, was from eating bats. Who knows? There are some weird and stupid people out there. Even after this happened, there is an idiot out there posting pictures that's eating bat soup on social media, trying to go viral and to get attention. Oh, it's going viral alright. What are you doing to pass the time? I'm bored. Been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild Wind. I already beat it, but still play cause I'm bored. I watch more than 10 movies and finish 1 TV series already. Bored. Is a game meat store popular? Is it pretty normal for animals like bats or other wild animals of that nature to be eaten? Game meat are not popular in general. I don't even know that place exists before that. There are people who game meat and treat it like a delicacy, but never heard anyone eating bat though. Bat is like way beyond what normal game meat is in China. Normal game meat will be like sneak, hogs, rabbits etc. I have had these, but bat is just way out of the norm. There are a lot of memes online right now making fun of people who eat bat. Things like this one. It's basically a caveman beating a guy, yelling daddy took thousands of years to domesticate animals for you. You don't ducking eat them, you eat game meat. Or, a cartoon of a bat goes super angry says I evolved thousands of years to not look like I'm edible, and you idiots still tries to eat me? There are videos of bats in soups and being served in what looks like restaurants. Is there any truth to this, or is it most likely fake? I'm talking about an actual bat cooked sitting in a bowl of soup. The soup is real, the person eating it is also real. However, the person eating it is trying to go viral on social media. These fools want attention, good or bad, they just want attention. There's a lot of call to get her arrested online, but I'm not sure if she got arrested. Bat soup or bat is not an actual real food dish. How do you feel about how the national and local government is handling this? Do you want to see a government change? People are still angry at Wuhan government as of today. From the beginning, they hide the diseases, then they spread the misinformation about it's not contagious, then the hospital was critically lack of supplies. A lot of people online are denouncing the mayor and its government officials to resign and be punished for its wrongdoing. The national government has been pretty thunderous and dead on to solve this situation. The nationwide regulation, building new hospitals, open channels for the public to report local official wrongdoing etc. are pretty good effective policies. How quickly are they building new hospitals? I'd have to believe that would take multiple months. Very fast. Chinese construction speed are not joke. They are building 2 new hospitals, one on Fire God Mountain, one on Thunder God Mountain. What would you imagine are the actual death counts? Is the Chinese government being forthright in their release of information? At the beginning, the local government was very likely lying about the tolls. When it becomes a national matter on the 23rd, the daily tolls become pretty transparent. It is published on various news channels and websites. One problem though, confirmed diagnosis takes a very long time. There are some who die, and because of this disease, but yet to be diagnosed. Maybe they are not in hospital, maybe they are in hospital, but wasn't seen by doctor yet, will not count towards the current death toll. Is it common for people to get flu shots there? What percent of people wear masks in public? Very little, at least that I know of. In China you only required to have like hepatitis